WBCSD is launching its Action 2020 program this week. It has been developed over the last year with about 45 members. And here in Istanbul, we are launching it to the full 200 members. So every member can get access to the work, to the solutions, can find out where their company can contribute to the agenda. And in a whole series of workshops, both by priority area as well as by sector, people can really speak up and hook in their sustainability efforts into this global agenda.
Action 2020 is the culmination of over a year's work by more than 40 companies from around the world. It provides a blueprint for the path forward.
It's really all about business getting practical, business identifying where it can act itself, business identifying what can be taken to scale and then implementing on that.
Action 2020 also sets out how policymakers can contribute to the success of the plan. So achieving the societal targets described by the must-haves will require all stakeholders to work together.
It's really the ideal time to have businesses, global businesses that have made a commitment to sustainable development, refocus on the capacity for action and implementation.
Action 2020 is more than a word and a point in time to focus our minds on what we must do to achieve Vision 2050. It's a playbook of potent solutions that business can get behind, governments can enable, from which societies can benefit, and that our world needs now.
From today's this meeting, we found that collaboration is very important.
So we're focusing on the business solutions that will provide the biggest business value and benefit to society.
There is significant opportunity to learn from the collective wisdom.
And I think that all of us have a responsibility. And the good thing is that we have a potential to actually do something.
I see it as a bold step forward and a hopeful future.
The time has truly come to seek action, to move forward with concrete steps.
I think we're getting to the point, for the first time in history, that the cost of inaction is starting to exceed the cost of action.
We've had a great talk, great session. Everyone's writing headlines for what was going to show up in 2020.
My headline was that I hope that all children will have an education by 2020.
Well, my headline was an eradication of hunger and obesity.
My headline was Warlords Unemployed.
I had a great headline. Mine was Mauritius is still with us, but it didn't get voted, so that's the way it goes.
That comes down to the people in the room, I suppose. Great leaders always have a bias for action, and they are able to connect their long, medium-term vision with what they do right now.
Now is the time for the rubber to hit the road.
I don't think any of this is necessarily easy, nor should it be in a way. It's how we're going to make progress.
Well, I think we're at the start of a breakthrough moment.
This is going to challenge us to really step it up and make it much bigger change.
The way change happens in the world is that a few pioneers go first.
These aren't just more ideas that we're going to come up with for Action 2020. They are specific actions that we could take on now to actually enable us to deliver those solution sets for the future.
We will take all the inputs back to Geneva. We will design what is the work program for 2014. And then we will invite members. This is the plan, this is the work program, this is where we see you fit in. And then next year, and I would expect a few years after this important meeting, all members will know what to organize, what to do, what the priorities are, and how to contribute.
We are inheriting the world we created.
What will our legacy be?
We can do better.
We can do better.
We can do better.
Action 2020
gives us the roadmap, which will have impact.
When business leaders walk down this path.
When they make the business case.
When companies collaborate.
When we start to accelerate.
Because we need to scale up.
Scale up.
Scale up.
and business excels at action.
Action.
Action. So we have a critical role to play.
With Action 2020 now.
Action 2020.
Action 2020.
Now.
Action 2020. Now.